Hello, hello, hello. How are we doing today? I hope you're having a beautiful day. This is Angie Giltner, the girl with the purple hair, ready to talk business. This podcast was designed to empower female entrepreneurs with an opportunity to gain business wisdom from their peers. Hello, hello, hello. How are we doing today, listeners? This is Angie, the girl with the purple hair, about to talk some business. And I have such a lovely guest to share with each and every one of you today. Her name is Anita Larson, and she is going to wow you with her wisdom and tell us all about herself and her business. So, welcome to the show.
Thank you. And thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here and speak with you today.
Well, it's going to be amazing. And so the listeners and I would love to hear more about you and your business.
Okay. I'm a business coach, or I like to call myself a business growth strategist because to me, this coaching is a little vague and I focus on growing your business and I have specific strategies I use to do it. Um, when we all decided we want to start our own business, we had our idea and expectation of what that would be like. We're going to have all the time in the world to split between our business and our family. We're going to have that freedom to schedule our own time. And we're going to have the freedom to make our own money. We're going to have financial freedom. And a lot of times, what happens is, once you get to working and building your business, you realize you don't have as much freedom as you expected to, right?
Yes.
Yes. So that's what I do. I help you get that freedom that you expected to get in your business, whether it's getting your time back, earning the money you expected to make, just really getting your business in a place where it works for you and your lifestyle and is going to grow with you and be there for a long time.
Oh, and it's so needed. I love that you're a business growth strategist. And yes, those things are definitely needed.
Yeah.
Anita, when you were a new entrepreneur, what's one question you wish you had the answer to and why?
Yes, that is such a great question. I think when we all started as entrepreneurs, or at least I know I did, and I think a lot of other people did too, you didn't realize the balance you needed to have between working on your business and the strategy of actually building your business versus doing things and executing tasks in your business. It's kind of like you have to shift that balance between being the CEO and running your business and being the employee and doing all the tasks as well. And when you first start out, that can be really hard to balance. Where do you focus your time?
Oh, absolutely. That's probably one of the big challenges I know that I hear from women all the time. And then not knowing what to do next. It's like, okay, I've checked that
Yes.
box. Now where do I go?
Yeah.
And that's where working with someone like you can come in handy and say, okay, take that stress and worry off of there. Because now that you are an experienced and successful entrepreneur, what advice would you give?
Well, there's finding people to help you in your business once you get to that point, obviously. Outsourcing and delegating some of the day-to-day tasks so you can focus on your business, but also tools and automation. Just make things easier, make things efficient, and don't try to do all the things. And I am so guilty of that. I still do that, I'm sure you can relate to this too, Angie. As even as coaches, we don't always take our own advice, right?
Yeah.
It's like any business, you don't always do what you tell other people to do. Even as parents, we do that. But I think you have to focus. You have to prioritize and focus. You can't do it all. There's so many exciting things going on. There's so much exciting technology happening now, and you'd love to do it all, but you can't. You have to first make sure you have systems and processes in place so your business is running smoothly, and then take on like one thing at a time. Don't try to do it all at once. Do it slowly. It doesn't have to happen overnight. It's not gonna happen overnight. If you try to do it all, you're not gonna get anything completed. So delegate, put tools and automations and systems in place, and focus on what's really going to be most valuable for your business in that moment. One thing at a time, one project at a time.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I know multitasking. Some people say it's a superpower, and I
Mm.
totally disagree. That multitasking, that leads to stress, it leads to overwhelm, it leads to confusion, and
Yeah.
it's too much. Much, I agree, Anita. One, focus on one thing and get that completed, then move on to the next. Yeah, that's such great advice. When well, I almost went on to the next question, and I almost missed one there, Anita. See, even as a seasoned podcaster and entrepreneur, there are still moments when I get ahead of myself and I gotta slow down and backtrack a little bit. Uh, what's the best compliment you have ever received?
Oh, that's a great question. And I mean, that kind of goes to why I do what I do. It's I would say I wouldn't say it's what somebody has said to me. It's more of seeing the results is what I consider a compliment. So, seeing my clients have success in their business and they're excited about their business again. Like maybe they were down to like, this is not going where I want it to be. And then you see the excitement. Like I have, it's funny, I have a client I only worked with for a couple of months and they're so excited every time I give them homework. They're like, yes, we're going to get it all done. We have it all time blocked out to do it. And then they take the homework and immediately turn it into something they needed in their business. They're like, yes, we did the homework and realized we can use all this research to create this and this in our business. And now all of a sudden they have a pitch deck built. Now they have their business plan out. And now all of a sudden they're using the ICP and they just landed a huge client use that's their perfect ICP. I'm like, that's the biggest compliment to me. Like you're excited about it and you're just going out and getting it done and then seeing the results happening in your business.
Oh,
It's a compliment.
yeah, that's amazing. That's yes, and I'm sure that it adds fuel to you as well.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I can
It's just
totally see that being motivating.
yeah, it's just kind of getting that although I always say I'm not a mindset coach, I'm a business coach and I focus on your actions and implementations, but it is seeing a mindset change because they see it happening and they see the success and how it could work and they get excited about it and it is changing their whole mindset and they're really starting to take ownership of their business. They're no longer the employee running from task to task. Now they are the CEO and they're taking that full step and embracing that role. So
Oh, yes, that's so lovely. I love that. What's one resource you believe every entrepreneur should have in their toolbox?
this is gonna sound self-serving, but it's really not. Every business owner needs a coach or a mentor or a support system of some kind in their business. One of the biggest surprises to me when I started coaching, yes, I knew I can help people get their business in order, but I didn't realize that the impact that what really made an impact to the clients that I worked with was to have somebody there that they could unburden to, that they could talk all the ugly things about their business to without getting judged for it. And with somebody who actually understood what they meant when they talked about it. They didn't have to pretend everything was fine. Uh, and just to be able to get that weight off their shoulders made such a huge difference. And I think that's for any small business owner, any entrepreneur. It's a really lonely position. And it is important to have that person that, you can come and vent for 10 minutes too if you need to. Just get it out of your system, or quick
Yes,
brainstorming or somebody to kick you in the behind sometimes if you're not doing what you're supposed to. It's necessary. And you need
absolutely.
yeah.
Oh, go ahead. I think I interrupted you just briefly.
No, I was just adding to it. I said it's necessary, and you just really need that to stay motivated in your business and don't get burnt out.
Yeah, it's so critical. I mean, I agree with you 100%. I think and I know for myself as a coach, I always have a coach, and
Hmm.
I just think it is so critical because like you said, it can get lonely. And there are times when we have ideas that maybe there are things that we haven't thought of. And to be
Absolutely.
able to bounce those and say, hey, and challenge our own thinking, because that's how we learn and grow as entrepreneurs. So yeah, I will agree with you 100%, Anita.
Yeah, coaches need coaches. Absolutely. I have a really close coach that I work with. We're almost like business partners, but we're both coaches and we are that for each other as well. So yes, it's super important.
Yeah, I love that. What's one question you wish I would have asked you today, and why?
One question I wish you would ask today, kind of like two things in a way, but one thing I would have wanted to talk more about, which I want to mention, is how important it is, like in today's market, for a business owner to stand out. There are so many people starting businesses every day, and if you don't have anything different or unique to show or say, you are going to get lost in a sea of other businesses just like yours. There has to be something different about you that's going to make people come to you over the other person that's just like you. So finding that differentiator in the market is very, very important. And it can be hard to find depending on how steep your competition is. But
Mhm.
I believe very strongly that everybody can find something unique about them, whether it's, whether it has to be the service they provide, the personality they bring it with, innovation and technology, whatever the case is, it's something about your business that you can bring that's different from everybody else.
Yeah,
And then you have to be able to talk to your customers about that. It has to appeal to their emotions. Customers, they are very savvy. They are very loyalty driven. They are not going to just buy from whoever is the first one to reach out. They want to make connections and they want to work with someone they can make a connection with. So that goes to one, again, being that differentiator, and two, be able to connect with them emotionally. So you have to reach them at an emotional level, not just at a, hey, buy my stuff kind of level. That's not going to work anymore. We're not in those times anymore. So that's something I could talk about forever. So I'm not going to keep going on about it, but it's just so important and stand out and make sure you have a strong brand that can connect with your customers emotionally.
yeah, that's such great advice. So, Anita, share with the audience, like, what's a differentiator for you that makes you stand out, as an example that you can
Mhm.
share for the listeners?
Great. Thanks for putting me on the spot there, Angie. I love that. I mean, I always say one of the differentiators is that I make sure whatever strategies you work on are going to be implemented in your business and we're going to take action and make it happen. Because that is one of my pet peeves. I feel there's so much of that in the industry now, like where you just, here's all your strategies, now go do it. And your client's left with, okay, well, what do I do? I have this strategy now. What am I supposed to do? And I know we hold you accountable. You're gonna make this happen. You're gonna have set your own deadlines and come back and tell me what got accomplished. What's the result? How do we measure it? All the steps to make sure it actually happens. Because that's without that, it's really there's no value to it, is it, if it doesn't actually get implemented in your business. So I
Yeah,
definitely think that's a differentiator.
I love that. And yeah, thanks for the great example. I know sometimes the listeners, like, they appreciate hearing a real life example of what that can look like, because like you said, sometimes it can it can be a steep learning curve, and it's like, well, how am I different? How do I step out and not get lost in my sea of competition? And so I appreciate that you playing along while I put you on the spot there.
I mean, there are much better examples. I will not say that's the ideal example. There are much, better big brand examples that everybody knows, obviously. I think when I always talk to clients about is, when Domino's Pizza got started, and that's just such an excellent example of knowing your customer and standing out to them. They wanted to reach college students. They wanted to reach an audience that was hungry, didn't have a lot of money, loved pizza. So they put all their stores in the college area and they promised them in 30 minutes or less or it's free. And that was what was unique to them until that didn't work anymore because things happen too quickly.
Right.
But when they first launched, it was a huge differentiator, and it was a perfect differentiator for their target market. So
Yeah.
that's an excellent example.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love that. I love that. Thank you for sharing.
You're
So
welcome.
the listeners want to know now, like, where can they find you online?
You can, I would say LinkedIn. You can always find me on LinkedIn, and it's under Anita Larsen, Larsen, or under Lita Coaching, Lita Coaching. That's my business. Or you can find me on my website, litacoaching.com. That's the easiest way to get a hold of me.
Oh, I love that. And all of the links are going to be right in the show notes. So you're going to be able to connect with Anita in one click. All those links are going to be readily handy so that all you got to do is just jump on in one click. You'll be able to connect with Anita. I want to thank you for your time today. You have been an amazing guest. And is there any last words you would like to share with the audience today?
Well, thank you for having me. It's always great to chat with you, and I'm excited to be here. So, I would say, we get all the links up. Don't hesitate to schedule an appointment with me. I love chatting with business owners, even if it's just a 30-minute quick talk, like what's going on in your business, anything, any quick answers I can give you, or any free resources I have that I can share with you. I'm always happy to. That's why I do what I do. I want to make sure I'm here to help. So feel free to reach out and connect. And thanks again for having me, Angie.
Awesome. Well, this has been an amazing episode. So grateful for you, Anita. And listeners, until next time, this is the girl with the purple hair talking business. Bye bye. Thank you for being here with us today. We hope you found today's wisdom beneficial to your business growth. See you next time on The Girl with the Purple Hair Talks Business, because together we'll move mountains. Bye bye.